The state is alleging one charge of driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license. That's a class 1 misdemeanor. That is punishable by $2,500 maximum fine, 6 months in jail, and/or 3 years of probation. You have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial on that. I've scheduled you for a pre-trial conference. I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. And that pre-trial conference is scheduled on the 13th of January at 9:30 a.m. Your release conditions are obey all orders of the court, do not commit any crimes, notify the court immediately if your address changes, not to leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court, not to drive a vehicle on a public roadway unless you're to do so. You violated those conditions on the last one. You failed to, well, you can't work on a vehicle.
That's my only thing. I have to work.
All right, well, you're not going to be able to. Now there's a bond of $1,500. You're also on unsupervised probation. You also failed to appear at your last court date. So
when I called him now, it said that there was nothing filed on it, so I didn't know that.
Say that again?
I said when I called to check on it, they said there was no court that day, so for me, so I didn't come. But that's fine.
Okay. So now what we tried to do is package them up for you to get them on the same date of that 13th. So you'll have an attorney assigned now because it's a conglomeration of charges on it. So that's why it's all put together and tried to make that date. The $1,500 cash bond, you'll have a court-appointed attorney. That's going to be Sean Dove. We'll provide you a copy of his name and his.
You say cash only or cash surety?
Cash only bond.
That's dumb.
Okay, well.
I was trying to go to work to provide for my kids for Christmas. I mean, that was it. And God hadn't just been always sitting outside my house. It would have been fine. I mean,
the problem is the law doesn't say except if you have to work or any of those things. Lots of people have driving suspended violations and somehow figure out rides. So
I'm a mechanic though. I have to drive vehicles when I'm trying to do what I can, sir.
I understand, but the law doesn't say if you're a mechanic. So I got to follow the law. I understand your circumstances. You presented them to me before, but you keep reoffending. So.
Well, I mean, it's either I go to jail for not paying my fines, or I go to jail for trying to work. What do I do?
Don't drive. It's easy. It's follow that order that I've gave you like 10 times where it says do not drive a vehicle unless you're licensed to do so. That's the answer to the question. So whatever work around is what you got to come up with. All right. Any questions, sir?
Nothing good answer, right? I mean, you said January 13th?
Yeah, we'll review this on the 29th, and then I'll take a look to see if we should release you on the 29th or not. But the problem is with releasing you is since we'd had failure to appear before on the last one, we just didn't get the warrant out yet. That's why I tried to bundle them all up for you to make it convenient for you. Because the 13th, that's quite a ways away. So I'll look at this again on the 29th. We'll talk and maybe take a look at the consideration on that. So.
Okay.
All right. That's all I got.
Merry Christmas.
Okay.
Right here.
It's okay. Sir, can you state your name?
Clifford George Gom.
All right, and you're the second?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, this
All right, sir. So the state is alleging 3 charges against you: the misdemeanor violation and 2 felonies. The misdemeanor violation is a theft charge. The 2 felony charges are dangerous drug possession or use, and then drug paraphernalia possession or use. On those charges, you have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. I've scheduled you for a 2-part hearing that is on the 8th of January at 4 o'clock p.m. The first part is an arraignment. That's regarding the misdemeanor violation. You'll
What's
need to
the
be,
misdemeanor again?
pardon me?
What's the misdemeanor again?
Theft.
Oh, theft.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll have to be prepared to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest to that charge on that date. Prior to you giving your plea, the penalty range will be explained to you, as well as the optional of the proceedings depending on how you plead. So you'll be well informed before you give your plea on the next court date.
Okay.
The second part of the hearing is regarding the felonies, and that's called a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is to determine if there's probable cause to charge you with those felonies, not convict you, but charge you. If probable cause is found, then your case will bind over the felony portion to the Gila County Superior Court, and they'll take disposition on the case. If there's not probable cause, then those felony allegations will dismiss. Your release conditions are as follows: obey all orders of the court, do not commit any crimes, notify the court immediately if your address changes, do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court, do not contact the alleged victim in any manner, do not consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription, and do not possess any firearms. Yes,
Can I smoke marijuana?
as long as you have a prescription.
Uh, uh, Even if it's legal? Like
Well,
it's legal.
so is alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but this says do not consume any
Oh.
alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah, I'm just explaining it to you. It's a good question. Yeah. So just that's not a permanent order. So this is just a temporary order while this process is through the court. Okay.
Okay.
And then not to possess any firearms. Do you understand those release conditions?
I've never been able to own firearms, so
Okay.
yes, I understand them.
Okay. Can you abide by them?
Yes, I can.
And you'll show up to court as ordered?
Always. I've been showing up to all my other court dates.
Okay.
So
All
I
right.
have no problem doing that.
Okay. I'll release you on your own recognizance. And do you have any questions?
No.
Okay.
Actually, one question.
Yep.
Fine for my other case, the one I owe $191 for. So I didn't get to pay it this month because me and my dad came behind on bills.
Okay.
So we had to pay the bills. I'll be paying it next month on the 3rd.
All right.
I let them know that at the courthouse yesterday, and I was just letting you know that because I know that you're my judge on that case.
Okay, so if you let the staff know, then they probably made you do some kind of motion or gave you a continuance on a payment?
Okay, well, it's not a continuance. Like, I missed the payment
Yeah.
because I didn't have the money.
Yeah, so then they just take the payment and put a continuance to go to the next month, right?
I guess, I don't know. She said it was good, but just to keep my eye on it.
Okay, well, I don't know that conversation, so if it's unclear, typically what happens when people want to extend a payment is it's either granted or the judge grants it by a motion, so you have it in writing that you're okay to have it extended for a 30-day period or whatever is agreed upon. So if you're
I've been doing really good on my payments the last 6 months, so I want to keep that up.
okay, so if you're unclear on it, then just when you get released, come on over and talk to the clerks to make sure it's clear.
Okay.
All right, anything else?
No.
Okay.
Give me big iron.
You bet, bye.
Good, right? Thank you, sir.
Send it to you?
That's fine.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
you betcha.
Bye.